Prayer is a profound and transformative gift that connects us directly to the Creator of the universe. It is through prayer that we open our hearts to God's wisdom, direction, and grace, allowing His truth to illuminate the path before us. As we seek guidance in our lives, the Bible reassures us of God's generosity and desire to provide clarity, as stated in James chapter 1 verse 5. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. Notable figures like Martin Luther King Jr. found strength and guidance through prayer, as did Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass, whose prayers fueled their courage and resolve. One of the most powerful aspects of prayer is its simplicity and accessibility. James chapter 1 verse 5 reminds us that God's wisdom is available to everyone, without exception or qualification. The verse emphasizes that God does not find fault in our asking. Instead, He delights in our dependence on Him. We may often encounter moments of confusion or uncertainty in life, whether regarding major decisions, relationships, or personal challenges. Notable figures like Maya Angelou have shown us how prayer can be a source of strength and guidance in the face of adversity. In these times, prayer becomes our lifeline, bridging the gap between our human limitations and God's infinite understanding. By humbling ourselves before Him and asking for wisdom, we follow the example of notable figures like Harriet Tubman, who demonstrated faith in His ability to provide answers that align with His perfect will. Prayer is not merely a list of requests, it is a two-way conversation. It invites us to share our hearts, and to listen to God's response through His Word, through the quiet stirrings of the Holy Spirit, and through the circumstances He orchestrates in our lives. When we seek God's direction, prayer becomes a journey of alignment, bringing our desires and plans into harmony with His divine purposes. Notable figures like Martin Luther King found strength and guidance through prayer, shaping their paths and impacting history. Consider the example of King Solomon in 1 Kings chapter 3 verses 5 to 14. When God offered Solomon anything he desired, Solomon humbly asked for wisdom to govern God's people. His request pleased God so much that He granted not only wisdom but also riches and honor. Similarly, notable figures like Rosa Parks sought divine guidance through prayer in her fight for justice and equality. This narrative highlights the profound truth that seeking God's wisdom opens the door to blessings beyond what we can imagine. Figures like Jesse Jackson found strength in prayer. Prayer doesn't always change our circumstances immediately, but it transforms our hearts. When we bring our concerns and decisions to God in prayer, we find peace that surpasses all understanding, as stated in Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 to 7. This peace stems from trusting God's sovereignty, as exemplified by figures like Mahatma Gandhi, who found strength and guidance through prayer. James chapter 1 verse 5 reminds us that God gives generously. He is not a distant, reluctant provider, but a loving Father eager to pour out His guidance on His children. Let this truth encourage us to pray boldly and confidently, knowing that God not only hears us but also responds with grace and wisdom. Notable figures like Nelson Mandela found strength and guidance through prayer, inspiring us to seek God's wisdom in our own lives. In our fast-paced and often chaotic world, the discipline of prayer may feel counterintuitive. Yet it is through prayer that we access God's timeless wisdom and eternal perspective. As you seek direction in your life, remember the promise of James chapter 1 verse 5. Approach God with a heart of humility, faith and gratitude, trusting that He will provide the guidance you need. Just as Richard Allen found strength and wisdom through prayer. Prayer is a powerful tool, but more than that, it is a gift. A sacred invitation to commune with the Creator. As you navigate the twists and turns of life, let prayer be your compass, always pointing you to the one who knows the way. Just as it guided Harriet Tubman, let it guide you too. What are your thoughts on the power of prayer? Have you experienced moments where seeking God's wisdom in prayer brought clarity or peace? Think of figures like Nat Turner, who found strength in prayer. I'd love to hear your perspective.